Hi, everyone. We're meeting today to talk about the Abridged Classics, brief summaries of books you were supposed to read but probably didn't by John Atkinson. We are a little late in starting our recording, so we've had a bit of discussion and a lot of good laughs about some of our favorite snippets in this illustrated, how would we describe it? Cartoons that are illustrated with one or two line synopsis of some of the most well-known classics that some of us have read, but many we've skipped.
Good summary there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
So how you found the book?
How did
Yeah,
I
I
find the
wanted to
book?
know how you found the book, Richard.
I can't remember, but it was on Kindle. I have just a Kindle version of it, but since it's in color, I can't. I can read it on Kindle, of course, but I prefer to read it on my iPad or one of my tablets because the color then shows. I thought one of the very correct or true, succinct descriptions was Lolita. In Nabokov's Lolita, boy meets girl, but he's 37 and she's 12.
Yep. It's just an interesting way of putting the book, you know. Yes.
Or Moby Dick, man versus whale. Whale wins.
Yep. Very
Right.
good.
I thought the epigraph that he started with by Mark Twain was classics. People people praise but don't read.
Yes.
And so, I mean, some of the books probably clever, but since I hadn't read them, I wasn't sure that they were what they were, how clever they were.
Well, now when we're making our list for next year's books and I'm looking for a classic, I'll have a reference to go
Exactly.
by.
Did you actually buy the book, Sharon?
I did. I couldn't get it from my library, and they're usually really good about getting me whatever I want, but they couldn't get it for me, so I ended up buying. I use Abe's books for a lot of things if I have to buy a book, so I ended up buying it.
Mm-hmm. Right. So now you have a bathroom book.
Now I have a bathroom book.
This one of the sad things about reading through this is, I was counting to see how many of the classics I read, and I have a lot more to go. I thought, I've read all these classics, and no, I have not.
Not nearly, right? And so many of them are ones that they require you to read in high school or college. You know?
Yeah.
Not anymore. There was an article in the New York Times just in the last few days of how few books are actually assigned to be read the whole book. Maybe one or two in a semester or a year. It was pitiful.
In high school?
In high school?
Maybe it was even in college. Certainly in high school.
Right.
Probably mainly in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is truly a pity.
Pity.
A pity.
Yeah, I read the Brothers Karamazov in high school.
Mm-hmm. I read Moby Dick in college. So, yeah.
And they also had a list of the 5 books most assigned and how they had changed through the decades. And some things remained constant, but other things, of course, were substituted as the decades went on.
Right. Mm-hmm. Are you aware of the program that the College of Engineering has, where they assign freshman engineering students a book? And actually, I think they send them the book.
Yeah.
and they have the expectation that they will read it. And then they have discussions throughout the year.
Hmm.
And I've read several of them. They were excellent, really, really excellent. And then I discovered that there is a list out there of the books that almost most of the different universities, and so you can read these lists of books, and it's interesting how across the board many other universities read those books. It was and I've read and we've had the kid come to U of M. I read a book on making electricity, and a kid in Africa who went to his school. What was the name of it? You remember?
Oh, I don't remember it. I'll look it up.
Right. But anyway, he created electricity in his house and was able to turn on and off the lights. And the first thing they did was to get water from a well, and then the lights, and eventually he came to the University of Michigan and did presentations here at the University of Michigan. But the first one was about how you make a t-shirt. And they went into the cotton industry and what papers they had to send to get it to go to China to get the t-shirt made, and how they got all this back and forth stuff. It was a fascinating book. They have been fascinating books.
Was it The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind?
Yep, that's it. Yep, it was. Yeah. Yeah. And but the list is fascinating. If you get in there and look at University of Michigan college students required, engineering students required, they'll list the books. So yeah.
You say other universities, are they always
Yes.
colleges
Yes.
of engineering?
Yes, not it's now I think the University of Michigan has one, not just the College of Engineering, and lots of the universities have them. But the first time I heard about it was the College of Engineering, and then the next year I called them because I hadn't seen it published. It was in the university record, and I called them, and they gave me the name, and then I moved on from there. Yes, yes, yeah, fascinating, very good. So, sorry, I kind of got us off track. But you're right. People don't read as much as I don't think they used to
No.
have to read. Right. Right. So
Well, people read a lot on their phone.
on their phones, they do.
Walk across the college campus, and everybody is walking with their phone out in front of them and studying it.
I don't know why more of them don't fall. So,
Well, I always was thinking that soon when babies are born, when they're newborn, they're going to put in their little palms, they'll just sew in a phone.
oh, they'd have trouble because they update them every couple of years. Every year.
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't know whether any of you were at the UMRA meeting, but the president, Grasso, spoke, and he came with boxes and boxes and boxes. And he gave us 2 books. Everybody there got 2 books. One called Our Michigan, and I don't remember what the name of the other one was, but Our Michigan is that thick and that big. It's a huge book. It's very heavy. I think the university is trying to get rid of them, but they really are. I don't know where they're storing them, but they're the history of the University of Michigan, and it is fascinating. We didn't open them because they were wrapped in cellophane, and we finally opened them day before yesterday. And when I start reading it, I can't get away. But what made me think of it is Betty White, who wrote A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, has a full page picture there in the book. It's just, and these books are, and they said if people wanted more, they would get us more. So if it turns out anybody wants one, and it's a cocktail table book. but
Mhm.
it's a lot more than that. It's the history of the University of Michigan.
Isn't the second one, Pat, a book of people and places? It's
I don't know. Let me
a
run downstairs.
photographic.
Yeah, let me run downstairs. I'll get it. Okay, and show you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry, I got us off the track. Let's go back to the.
So
Well, I
that's what I
have,
list my not going. I did see it, except it overlapped with a college faculty meeting, so I wanted to finish that before tuning into UMRA. And since you had to be someplace else, you started early. I'm
yeah,
talking about Grasso.
that was the day that the football coach thing was the
Yeah.
second day, the day
Mhm.
after it first exploded. And um, so he had to go back to his office. But it was pretty standard presidential message. He's trying to bring integrity back to the president's office and to the university, and then he's telling us that in the midst of this scandal.
Mhm.
But I just tip my hat to him for taking the time to come to meet with the group.
Mhm.
So any other comments about our classics? I think this is a book that's hard. You have to read it to really appreciate it because the words are clever, the sentences are clever, and the illustrations are really, really special too.
Mhm.
Mhm. They're very simple, but they're very explicit.
Mhm.
You get it.
You
Yeah.
get it. That's right. You do.
Mhm.
It was fun to read it.
It was fun.
Yep.
And especially in December.
Yes, especially in December. Right. So
So Stephanie sent me a note when she told me she couldn't make it today. And and so she said, this she even though she's not with us, she's suggesting the write-up for this book, and she says it could look something like this. It was a funny book, everyone laughed. So with your permission, I'm going to post that as a write-up um,
Sounds
for
good.
this book, unless you or someone wants to do something else. But I thought she really captured
Mhm.
the essence of what we read.
right.
I thought that some of the summaries actually replace having to read the book. I liked Ulysses by James Joyce. And he writes Dublin, something, 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 run on sentence. I think if you don't know much about Ulysses, you remember run on sentence.
And
It's like
yes,
one sentence, the whole book. Or,
right.
And I learned I wasn't was are you all familiar with The Naked Lunch by
No.
William S. Burroughs?
Burrows. No.
Yeah, I had never heard of it, but I thought heroin can really mess you up. Anyway, here's an orgy.
And what was the name of the book? The Naked?
The
Lunch.
Naked Lunch.
Oh, okay.
I was not familiar with it,
No.
but it's
as somebody said about War and Peace, which is considered to be one of the greatest novels ever written, he writes, everyone is sad, it snows.
Yes.
or Tom Jones, cheeky orphan comes of age with silliness and some nasty bits. Oh, I'm sorry, some naughty bits. Some naughty
Naughty.
bits.
That's great.
Mhm.
Yeah. it's fun to share it.
So next month, we're reading a book that I recommended, and I have to go back and look at my notes. I think it's one of our sci-fi reads called In Ascension.
Mhm.
I think I just came across it when I was researching sci-fi books. So um, I haven't read it, and I'm hoping that it's a good read. Susan Erba said she had started it and was enjoying it. So that made me feel little bit better.
Right. Right. Yes.
I'll have another little book tidbit that it's completely off the subject.
That's okay.
So my son-in-law, um, he is a business person, but his dream was always, he's from France. So his dream was always to do something between two things he loves, which are food and cooking, being French, and books. He's always got a book in his hand and just is a very avid reader. So anyhow, although my daughter calls it his midlife crisis, but it's become a family thing. They bought a home in the high Adirondacks near Lake Placid, and he decided to open a French bakery.
Wow.
And so he has taken baking classes, he's taken internships in France and here where they live in the US. And he actually opened a bakery. And it's become a hit in the whole area there. It's got like 5 stars, and the best is that they say the best croissants out of France and the best French bread and the best quiches, et cetera, et cetera. Well, anyway, so that was the French cooking part. So the other part of his dream, which I heard about from my daughter when they were first engaged, was to have something to do with a bookstore. So how do you put a bookstore in a bakery? So what he did is he's lined the walls with bookshelves. And one of their children, who is a student at McGill University now, but she has a job where she works at a homeless shelter. And so they invited people to bring books that they had finished reading and just put them on the bookshelves. And other people, whoever wanted to, could take those books and put $1 for each book in a little box, the proceeds of which would go to support the homeless shelter.
Wow.
And it's a huge success.
Yay.
That's
What a
great.
great idea.
That's a good story.
That's a wonderful story. That's right. Awesome.
Now I want to taste his bread.
He has, we were up there, we had our family reunion there because now the whole family is working there during the summer. It's just a summer seasonal thing. And so since they couldn't leave the place in the summer, we went up there. The mushroom quiches to die for. And I said, oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. And it has truffle oil in it. That's the secret.
Oh, wow.
So everything
What
really is spectacular.
Does he send
What a
out the
great-
bread?
Does he what?
Does he mail order bread?
I don't think so, but now their their coffee shop closed in that area. They're about 20 minutes from Lake Placid. And so people started coming in. He said, well, I'll just have some espresso or whatever. And so he had this one espresso machine and whatever, but people were missing all the stuff they used to get at their Starbucks or whatever it was. So they'd come in asking for these strange coffee things. So essentially, he hired somebody who'd been working in one of those places, and now they have all these coffees also, which is great for for a business because the profit margin is huge in a coffee. It's not like, I mean, he uses different flours in different breads and pastries, and it's a lot of work, and he uses only top ingredients. And he doesn't use triple fatted butter, but he uses like double fatted butter he gets from Montreal. It's really, as people describe, it's kind of a gourmet special, whatever, but it's run informally. So anyway, he might do cheeses next because people are starting to ask where does he get his cheeses. So it's really funny. But anyhow, it is a place to get books now.
Right. Isn't that great?
I just think that's an incredibly clever and useful idea.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I live in a teeny tiny little postage stamp and I don't have places to store things, but occasionally I have to buy a book and I would love to have a place to donate my book and know that it was going to go to benefit some really good cause.
Right. And sometimes people come in with a bag full of 15 books. And so once she sent me a list of the 15 books and said, I'd never heard of some of these. Are they good? And some of them were like My Antonia. And I said, these are good books. Just put them on the shelf.
And they'll get purchased.
Yeah, and they'll get purchased. And I said, it's not up to you to maybe somebody comes in and wants a crappy novel. You don't know. So just put them on the shelf and they go.
Right. Isn't that wonderful? Yep. That's great.
What does he do? Is that his permanent job now, or does he have to do a side?
No, he still has his other job, but he has an employee who is running most of it. And I think he only spends 6 hours on it, and he spends the rest. I mean, during the summertime, I don't know what he's doing now. Planning ahead, I guess, now with the cheeses and the other expansions. And since he's a business person, he can envision things, but he had to equip this whole place. They bought this place because it had 2 big freezers. It used to be a restaurant, so it had a lot of equipment, but then he had to purchase. There's all kind of things now. I sat in his kitchen there for a while, and there are ways that now you can start. There are something that keeps it refrigerated, so you don't have to get up at 1 a.m. to start making the bread and everything. You can make it in the evening, put it in this refrigerated thing, which then becomes an oven and turns it on by itself at the right time and lets it rise, and the whole to-do. So he had to buy all of that at auctions and secondhand because the stuff is so expensive. But they were working on it for 2 years, I think, and they did a lot of the work themselves. My daughter did the painting, and he did some of the carpentry and whatever.
Well, it's a great, great, great story, and I hope somebody in that area writes up their journey.
Right.
I think it's already been in the newspapers there, and there's a lot of reviews of it now on online. Of course, it has 5 stars, and it's just fun to see this because now that my granddaughter, their daughter who works at this place at Montreal, she works there over the summertime, and my daughter and they have cleanup people, and my daughter is in there. She's now working during the summer and not so happy about it.
What's the name? What's the name of the establishment?
The Frenchman's Bakery. And it's in the high Adirondacks, near Lake Placid. And so they have a little parking lot. But when I was there, people were parked. It's on a major highway, which was another reason they liked it. And There were 7 or 8 cars parked across the road, and they had to buy a little place that tells people where to stand because they have lines.
Mm.
Oh, what a story.
Really so strange because a commercial business like that is so far removed from my family and his family but it was his dream and he made it happen.
Mhm.
That's great. That's great. Wonderful.
Any other tidbits that anyone wants to share? If not, I will stop our recording for today. Thank you all for your contribution. And Richard, thank you for recommending this December read.
Discovering it, yes.